Hey, I want to talk a little bit to you today about leverage. Most people have a job, it's whether it's 9 to 5 or 7 to 3 or 8 to 4, or whatever the hours are, you're basically just trading time for money. And that way you can never make enough money to really do the things in life that you want to do. Trading time for money is very hard, and you know that. If you call off sick, you don't make money, unless they give you sick days. But if you call off sick or you're in the hospital for a while, it really hurts your income. And, that's a lot of people suffer that way. That's why leverage is important. Leverage is simply thinking of celebrities that make movies, and, they continue, whether they're working or not now, they're making money off the movies that are out there. Same thing with musicians. They're making money off their songs. They write them once and get paid forever. Okay. And that's just how it is with leverage. And with network marketing is the best way for average people to leverage themselves and make a lot of money. And I mean, you don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be, a super salesman. You just have to be a regular person, just sharing products and talking to people about the difference products make in your life, or the income that you're earning makes a difference in your life. So leverage is very important, and it's one of my favorite things. I mean, if I can make money myself and I bring in 2 or 3 people and they're making money, and then they're making me money, okay, and then they go get people and they go get people or whatever. And you can see how this works. You leverage yourself and other people to make you money, and they're doing the same. Okay, you got it? Now, people say, well, it's kind of like maybe a pyramid scheme. Well, I got to tell you, everything's a pyramid scheme. Just think about it. You got the federal government, then you got the governors, and then under there you got the county commissioners. Under them you got the mayors, and it goes all the way down to us. Now, where's all that money go? Right up like that. What do you call that? That's a pyramid. What about a corporation? You got the CEO, you got the board members, you got the upper management, then you got the location management, and then you go down to the supervisors, and then you go down to the employees. Well, where's all the money they're making go? Up. Everything's a pyramid. There's nothing out there that isn't a pyramid. The difference is you got a chance to make your own little pyramid, and it's not a scheme. You're selling products just like a grocery store would do, just like Costco or Walmart or Giant Eagle or any of these stores, Lion. They're just selling products and making money, and that's all you're doing too. But instead of all the money going to the corporation, you're getting paid, and you're getting paid handsomely. And, all it takes is a little bit of effort. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to work 8 hours a day. You just get out there and you just talk to people, and that's basically all this is. I mean, don't you talk to people every day now? I know I do. I mean, don't you recommend a good movie that you saw to your friends or family? Don't you recommend a good restaurant where you had a nice meal? Don't you recommend products that you've bought at the grocery store that you really like? I mean, we all recommend stuff, and that's all we're doing here. We're not going to go out and try to, talk to 100 people and recruit all 100. That's crazy. We're not going to shove anything down anybody's throat. We're just going to tell them what we have. We're just going to share. We're just going to say, look, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm getting paid. This is the kind of products we have. And this is the benefits of the products. This is what the products are doing for you. I use 3 products, from Great Life Worldwide. I use 3 of them, the stem cell release factor, which is really good, and I'll get into that in a minute. I also use the GLP Extreme because I want to lose another 20 pounds. And I'm also using Get Juiced, so I get all the vitamins and minerals that I need every day. So, it's very important. I'd like to see more average people be successful in this business. I mean, if you look at the way, it's laid out, and you see how many people are getting paid, you can see a lot of people aren't making much money, if any money at all, in network marketing. And, you got to wonder why. Why is it? Is it because they're afraid to talk to people? Is it because they have low confidence in themselves? Or they just don't know what to say, or they're not trained properly? I mean, there's a lot of reasons that people aren't making money in network marketing, but I think people just got to overcome their fears, and they got to get more confident. And on top of that, network marketing is not an overnight industry where you're going to make money, a lot of money, or full-time income in just a couple of days or weeks or months. You know what I mean? It takes, first of all, you got to know what you want. What do you want out of life? What's your passion? What's important to you? Most people don't know what's important to them. What's important to me is my health, number one. My health. I'm in my late 70s, and I want to be here a little longer, okay? I really love my kids. I love my grandkids, and I'm just not ready to go. So, I want to be in good health. That's why I take the products I take. Our products, the ingredients have been clinically tested to be effective, okay? I love the stem cell research factor because, you can look this up, but after you get over like 60, you're only making like 10%. You're only making 10% of the stem cells that you should be making. Stem cells are very important. If you don't know what they do, you can look that up too. But basically, what they do is they're generic cells, and they go to whatever part of the body, whether it's one of your organs, your eyes, your skin, your joints. And what they do is they become the stem cells necessary to repair, any part of your body that needs repaired, or healed. So stem cells are very important. The other thing is, I take the GLP Extreme because I want to lose some weight. I need to get down another 20 pounds to be completely healthy. My blood work's good for now, and I know that the extra weight causes me problems, so I got to get rid of it. And the other thing I do is I take the Get Juiced, because that product has all the vitamins and minerals you need to keep your body in tip-top shape. So, I highly recommend, join with me. Let's build something. You can't get into network marketing and in 2 months get discouraged and quit. You just got to make up your mind what you want. If you want to have a successful business, then you got to be persistent. You can't quit. You just got to dig your heels in and just keep promoting. And there's a lot of ways to do that. You could do it all on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or whatever. You can do it on YouTube. I love YouTube. And one thing about YouTube is when you make a video, it just doesn't go out there one time and then goes away. No, it's there forever. Unlike social media where it just gets pushed out of the way. YouTube, you keep making videos and they just keep showing up. And you keep getting views and you keep getting subscribers. So, I encourage you, figure out what it is you really want out of life. What's most important to you, and then go for it. I mean, yeah, most important to me, like I said, is my health. Second is my family. And third, well, let me back up. The most important thing to me is God. He's the most important person in my life. Then it's my health, my family, and my income. Because, I like to do things now that I'm been retired, for 11 years now. I like to do things, I like to spend money and enjoy life. I like to, get some of the good stuff in life, like go on vacation. I just took my family on a vacation in June. I took them all down to the Outer Banks. So we spent a week down there and had a great time. So those are the things I like to do. I like to spend my money on my family and myself. And every now and then I like to get myself a really good ice cream cone because I love ice cream. And I like pizza. But too much of that, you won't be very healthy. So I try to moderate on all that. But guys, what's important to you? What's your passion? What do you want to do more than anything else? And money is just a tool, but money can provide you, with the opportunity to do the things that you really want to do. Okay? But your health is important too, because without good health, you can't do those things. Money's worthless to you if you don't have good health. So, buy some of our products, join with me in the team. Let's work this together. Let's build a business and have an exciting life. So, outside of that, I hope this was kind of help to you. Leverage yourself, leverage yourself with other people, and make the money you deserve. And take the products that are going to make your life better. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Please take a minute to subscribe, like, and share my videos. I really would appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I love you guys. You have a great day. Talk later.